Have you ever wondered which countries the world just can't get enough of? In today's globe-trotting adventure, we're counting down the top 10 most visited countries on Earth. We'll explore jaw-dropping landmarks, must-see cities, cultural treasures, and more. Whether you're planning your next getaway or adding to your travel bucket list, this video is your passport to inspiration. Let's take off. Starting us off at number 10 is the United Kingdom, a mix of royal charm, ancient legends, and vibrant city life. From Shakespeare to the Beatles, the UK has always held global fascination. Top 5 attractions: 1. Big Ben and Houses of Parliament. London's iconic clock tower isn't just a landmark, it's a symbol of Britain itself. 2. Tower of London, home to the crown jewels and chilling tales of beheadings and betrayal. 3. Stonehenge, a prehistoric mystery that continues to puzzle scientists and awe tourists. 4. Edinburgh Castle, perched on a volcanic rock, it dominates Scotland's capital and history. 5. The Lake District poetic landscapes that inspired Wordsworth and your next hiking trip. Fun fact, the UK is home to over 2,000 museums and most are free to enter. At number 9 is Germany, where old world charm meets cutting-edge modernity. History buffs and beer lovers, this one's for you. Top 5 attractions. 1. Brandenburg Gate, once a symbol of division, now unity, standing proudly in Berlin. 2. Neuschwanstein Castle, straight from a fairy tale, nestled in the Bavarian Alps. 3. Oktoberfest in Munich, the world's largest beer fest with pretzels as big as your head. 4. Cologne Cathedral, towering spires, intricate Gothic design and heavenly views. 5. The Black Forest, dense woods, cuckoo clocks and tales that inspired the Brothers Grimm. Fun fact, Germany has over 20,000 castles. Yes, seriously. Thailand is Southeast Asia's crown jewel, where spirituality, nightlife and nature coexist in harmony. Top 5 attractions: 1. Grand Palace in Bangkok, a dazzling complex of golden spires and sacred temples. 2. Phi Phi Islands, picture-perfect beaches, turquoise water and unforgettable sunsets. 3. Chiang Mai temples, quiet spiritual escapes nestled in jungle-covered hills. 4. Ayutthaya ruins, once the capital of Siam, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 5. Domnoan Sarawak floating market. Yes, you can buy mango sticky rice from a boat. Fun fact, Thailand is known as the land of smiles, and you'll understand why when you visit. From ancient civilizations to modern-day fiestas, Mexico is a sensory explosion of color, flavor, and history. Top 5 attractions. 1. Chichen Itza. Climb the steps of a pyramid that echoes ancient Mayan brilliance. 2. Cancun and Riviera Maya. Luxury resorts, beach parties, and Caribbean vibes. 3. Frida Kahlo Museum, a dive into the life and legacy of Mexico's most iconic artist. 4. Cenotes natural sinkholes where you can swim in crystal-clear underground water. And 5. Teotihuacan Pyramids, an ancient city with structures aligned to celestial events. Fun fact, Mexico introduced chocolate to the world. You're welcome, Earth. Bridging Europe and Asia, Turkey is where civilizations collided and cultures blended into a traveler's paradise. Top 5 attractions. 1. Hagia Sophia in Istanbul, a stunning symbol of changing empires, faiths and architecture. 2. Cappadocia hot air ballooning above otherworldly rock formations, count us in. 3. Blue Mosque, a spiritual icon with cascading domes and intricate tiles. 4. Pamukkale mineral-rich thermal pools that look like frozen waterfalls. And 5. Grand Bazaar, one of the oldest and largest markets in the world. Get your haggling skills ready. Fun fact, Istanbul is the only city in the world that spans 2 continents. Every meal is a masterpiece, every street an artwork. Italy is more than a country, it's a lifestyle. Top 5 attractions. 1. Colosseum in Rome, gladiators, emperors, epic history. 2. Venice canals, a floating city where getting lost is part of the magic. 3. Leaning Tower of Pisa, it's still standing and leaning. 4. Florence and the Uffizi Gallery, the birthplace of the Renaissance. And 5. Amalfi Coast, sun-drenched cliffs, pastel towns and unforgettable views. Fun fact, Italy has more UNESCO World Heritage Sites than any other country. Ancient dynasties meet a digital revolution in China, one of the world's most culturally and geographically diverse nations. Top 5 attractions. The Great Wall, walk across centuries of history, literally. The Forbidden City in Beijing, a palace so vast you'll need a map. The Terracotta Warriors, an underground army frozen in time, Zhangjiajie. These surreal peaks inspired the floating mountains in Avatar, and the Bund in Shanghai, where a stunning skyline meets colonial heritage. Fun fact, China is home to over 50 ethnic minorities and more than 290 spoken languages. From coast to coast, the USA offers everything: cities that never sleep, deserts that burn, and mountains that reach the clouds. Top 5 attractions: New York City, Times Square, the Statue of Liberty, Broadway, need we say more? The Grand Canyon, an epic chasm carved by nature and time. Walt Disney World, the happiest place on earth no matter your age. The Las Vegas Strip, neon noise and non-stop energy, and Yellowstone National Park, geysers, hot springs, and untamed beauty. Fun fact, the United States has 63 national parks, each one a different flavor of wild. Art, architecture, and a zest for life. Spain is fiery, festive, and full of flavor. Top 5 attractions. First, the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, a cathedral that's been under construction for over 140 years. Second, the Alhambra in Granada, a Moorish palace of poetic beauty. Third, Madrid's Prado Museum, home to Spanish masters like Velázquez and Goya. Fourth, Ibiza, beach by day, party by night. And fifth, the Camino de Santiago, a spiritual journey and unforgettable hike across Spain. Fun fact, Spain has more bars per capita than any other country in the EU. Bonjour! Topping the charts is none other than France, the global capital of romance, art, and croissants. Top 5 attractions. First, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, the Iron Lady of Europe, sparkling every night. Second, the Louvre Museum. Come for the Mona Lisa, stay for thousands of masterpieces. Third, the Palace of Versailles, gold, gardens, and the glory of French monarchy. Fourth, Mont Saint-Michel, a medieval abbey rising from the tides. And fifth, the French Riviera, sun-soaked luxury in Nice, Cannes, and Monaco. Fun fact, France has more tourists than it has residents. These stunning countries may not be in the top 10, but they're still world-class destinations. Japan, cherry blossoms, bullet trains, and ancient temples. Austria, alpine beauty and classical music. Greece, mythology, ruins, and radiant sunsets. Portugal, cobblestone streets, soulful music, and surf-ready beaches. Indonesia, home to over 17,000 islands, including the ever-popular Bali. That wraps up our whirlwind tour of the top 10 most visited countries in the world. Which country is calling your name? Drop it in the comments below. And if you loved this travel-packed countdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you never miss an adventure.